Hey everyone, let's dive into two of the most important, most powerful little words in the entire English language, can and cannot. They seem so basic, right? But really, truly getting them right, it's a total game changer for your confidence and how clearly you speak. So let's break it all down. I want you to think about this for a second. What if just one single word was the key? The key to talking about everything you can do, to understanding what might happen, and even to asking for what you want. Well, that is the surprising power packed inside the tiny word can. So, what is can exactly? Well, the grammar books will tell you it's a modal verb, but let's not get bogged down in jargon. Just think of it as a helper word, and it has three main jobs, talking about ability, possibility, and permission. And we're about to unpack every single one.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to unpack what this word can really does by looking at its three core meanings.
So here they are, the three jobs of can. First, you've got ability. That's all about your personal skills. Then there's possibility, which is about what could happen out in the world. And finally, permission. That's what other people say is okay. Let's take a closer look at each one. Let's start with ability. This is probably the one you're most familiar with, the one you use all the time. It's simply about expressing a skill, a talent, something you know how to do. For example, when you say, I can swim, you're talking about a physical skill. Or she can play the piano, that points to a talent she's learned. Both of these are all about what a person is able to do. Simple, right?
All right, next up, possibility. Now, this is a little different. This isn't about your personal skill. It's about what the situation or the world makes possible. It's all about the circumstances around you.
Check out how these examples work. You can see the stars tonight has nothing to do with how good your eyesight is. It's about the clear sky making it possible to see them. Or when we say, mistakes can happen, that's just a general truth about life, something that's always possible. And our third and final meaning is all about the social side of language, permission. This is how we navigate our interactions with other people, asking if it's okay to do something or telling someone else it's all right to go ahead. And this is a two-way street. You can use it to ask for permission, like, can I use your phone? Or you can use it to give permission, like, you can go now. It's such a simple but essential tool for everyday life. Okay, so we've got the meanings down, but how do we actually build sentences with can? Well, here's the best part. There is a super simple, easy-to-follow blueprint. Just take a look at this. The structure is so straightforward. For a positive sentence, it's just subject, then can, then the basic verb. She can dance. To make it negative, you just add not to get can't. He can't cook. And to ask a question, you just move can right to the front. Can you swim? That's it. No weird endings, no complex changes. So easy. Oh, and here's a quick pro tip for you. While writing cannot as one word, by the way, is totally correct, when we're actually talking in everyday conversation, you are almost always going to hear and use the contraction can't. It just sounds way more natural. And now for the golden rule of using can. This is so important. The verb that comes after can never changes. I mean it. No S at the end, no ing, no ed, nothing. It is always the simple, basic form of the verb. It's he can swim, never, ever he can swims. All right, you've got the basics, you've got the foundation. Now let's level up and get into a few little tips and common mistakes. This is going to help you fine-tune everything and sound even more natural when you speak. So when you're asking for permission, you've got to read the room because context matters. Can I is perfect for your friends, your family, pretty much all informal situations. But if you find yourself in a really formal setting, maybe a job interview or talking to a professor, using may I just sounds a little more polite, a bit more respectful. So what about abilities that you used to have, but in the past? Well, for that, we just swap can for its past tense cousin, could. It's that simple. So you wouldn't say, I can swim when I was 5. You'd say, I could swim when I was 5. Easy. Okay, enough of me talking. Theory is great, but the best way to really learn this stuff is to actually do it. So let's do a super quick practice round. I'm going to show you a sentence with a blank, and you try to fill it in. You ready? Let's go. Okay, first one up, she play the guitar. This one's talking about ability, so it's can. She can play the guitar. Awesome. Next one, they come to the party. This sounds like a negative situation, so the answer is
can't. They can't come to the party. How about this one? You drive a car, you see the question mark, so you know what to do. We pop can right at the beginning. Can you drive a car?
All right, last one, but pay close attention to the time frame here. He speak French when he was young. That phrase tells us it's the past, so the answer has to be could. He could speak French. Fantastic job.
So let's boil all of this down to your main takeaways. Remember these 3 things. Number 1, can is your tool for ability, possibility, and permission. Number 2, cannot or can't is the simple opposite for all 3 of those. And number 3, the golden rule. The verb that follows can is always the simple base form. Got it?
So, we've gone through the rules, the structures, the different meanings. You now have the complete toolkit for using one of the most essential words in English, which really only leaves one final question for you. Now that you can, what are you going to do?